This is a little bonus lesson on have you ever seen the rain in the key of G for those of us with lower voices. And it's also going to give us an opportunity to incorporate some of these riffs we hear that the bass and the keyboard are doing into more of a solo acoustic arrangement that you could do with solo acoustic and vocal. Okay, so I'll demonstrate the intro and verse and the chorus. That's going to be able to demonstrate just about everything we need to know. I'm going to go ahead and tab out just the riffs. The strumming is exactly the same as the studio version. So I won't tab all that out again, but I will tab out just these extra little riffs that we're doing in the key of G. All right, so here's how it looks and sounds. Someone told long ago there's a calm for the storm, and I know it's been coming for some time. When it's over, so to say, it'll rain sunny day, and I know the shine down like water. And I wanna know, have you ever seen rain? And I wanna know, have you ever seen rain? I'm coming down on Sunday. So once we learn that, you got all the tools to do this entire song in this style, okay? So the strumming is nothing new. We already went over this. It's just two quick down ups, or it's one quick down up, two quick strums. And then we launch into the same strum pattern. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Stop and go over to the G. Down, down, up, down. Sorry, down, down, up, down, up. And then we do this riff. Right at the bottom of the key of G chord chart, you've got it written out there, the notes. E, D, B, B, and it really goes down all the way to a low D right there, right? But we'd have to down tune that, and that's gonna screw us up a little bit. So I just go to an A instead. It's a little bit of a variation, a little bit of an improv there, okay? But it gets that lick done. If that bothers you, you could go, or you could go back to this high D. But for me, you can even hit both of them there. Then you're going to the G, all right? So we got open D, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and then open D, we're gonna hammer on with our pointer finger to the 2nd fret, back to open D, and then hammer on A to B again, and then open A string and get that little bit of that D string in there, that's good. And then you're back to the G chord. And now start your ring finger on the 2nd fret of D and hit the D string and the G string with your pick. Slide all the way up to the 5th fret of D. 4, 2, open, open, and then you're back to G. The intro one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now that we've got the riffs, there's really not a lot to talk about, but let's just quick talk through a couple things on the verses. It's just the same as when we're doing it in the studio version. We're just on these different chords. So we're doing the same strumming. Down, up, down, up. Long ago, there's a calm before the storm, and I know. And on the D, one thing you saw me do, and that you can feel free to do, especially in like a solo acoustic thing, and I know, you can throw in a little, if you want to, which is the open E string, high E string, just hammering onto 2, and I know it's been coming for some time. And they wrote out in the key of G chord sheet where you'd throw those riffs in. And the first verse, there's actually not a riff in there on the recording, but you can throw that riff 2 in. You know, this is riff 1 again. And riff 2 is. All right, in the second verse, between the lines, it's been that way for all my time. Right, and like at the end of the song, you'll see on that sheet, it says riff 1, so going down on a sunny day. Let's quick talk through the chorus. We'll start on a C, and then the walk down, it's the same concept, we just got different chords. I wanna know. The walk down. Alright, so all that is, we're starting on the same G. Then with your middle finger on your left hand, 2nd fret. Same thing though. Then a straight E minor chord. Then to get the E minor over D, just carefully, you know, make sure you hit only this D string and up, but it's just open strings. And what you can do is you can mute these other two with your middle finger. So you're just right here, or your pointer finger. Right? So that's an E minor over D right there. And then back to the C. All right, so like I said, this is just kind of a bonus. If you're like me, I play out in you know, solo, acoustic, and vocal a lot, and I have to put the songs more in my range because I'll kill my voice otherwise if I'm playing for a couple hours. And so this is just a trick I've used with this. You should have all the tools to come up with your kind of custom solo, acoustic, and vocal arrangement there. If it's too low for you here, even though you know it's still kind of towards the top of my range, even 4 whole steps down. You can take a capo and put it on fret 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'd still be lower, and play the same key of G chord shapes, you'd still be lower than that original recording. Once you get to fret 5, you're in the same key as that original recording. So anywhere in here might be your vocal range, okay? But you can mess around with it and figure out your own little custom arrangement of the song.